Are you worried about protecting your heart and kidneys as you get older, but find yourself feeling a little confused about which foods truly pose a threat? It's a common concern. Many people unknowingly consume everyday fatty foods that not only raise their cholesterol, but also, in a sneaky way, accelerate damage to their kidneys. Well, this article is designed to be your essential guide. We're going to uncover 6 common culprits that might be lurking in your diet and offer you clear, practical solutions to help safeguard your long-term health. Understanding the really important connection between what you eat, your cholesterol levels, and the well-being of your kidneys is absolutely paramount for preventing chronic diseases. You see, certain fatty foods unfortunately do raise cholesterol and can speed up kidney deterioration, significantly increasing your risk for heart disease and chronic kidney disease. So, here, we're going to reveal 6 common fatty foods that can harm both your cholesterol and kidney health. And rest assured, it's all supported by current research. Number 1, fried foods. All right, let's kick things off with something many of us enjoy: fried foods. They're a common staple in so many diets, but that delicious crunch, unfortunately, comes at a high cost to your health. These items are notoriously high in unhealthy trans fats and saturated fats, which often get created or intensified during the frying process, especially if oils are reused. Consuming things like French fries, fried chicken, or even donuts regularly can significantly contribute to an increase in harmful LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, which then starts to accumulate in your arteries. Now, beyond just their impact on cholesterol, eating fried foods has been strongly linked to a greater risk of cardiovascular disease. Those unhealthy fats can lead to plaque buildup in your arteries, making them narrower and forcing your heart to work much harder, which in turn stresses your entire circulatory system. And get this, research has also shown a clear connection between frequent fried food intake and a decline in kidney function, pointing to a direct path of harm to these vital organs. The process of frying at high temperatures also generates compounds that can cause something called oxidative stress and inflammation throughout your body. This systemic inflammation is particularly damaging to your delicate kidney tissues, potentially making any pre-existing conditions worse and speeding up damage. That constant bombardment of inflammatory compounds can actually overwhelm your kidney's natural protective mechanisms, leading to a progressive loss of function over time. It's really a silent assault that can severely compromise kidney health. So, limiting your intake of these crispy delights is a truly vital step toward protecting both your cholesterol and your kidneys. But what about the convenience of a quick meal on the go? Let's move on and explore the pervasive issue of fast foods next. Number 2, fast foods. Speaking of quick meals, fast food establishments offer exactly that: quick and convenient options. However, typical items like greasy burgers, crispy fries, and chicken nuggets are often loaded with hidden trans and saturated fats. These fats contribute significantly to an unhealthy diet, often exceeding your recommended daily limits in just one meal. The portion sizes, combined with how calorie-dense these foods are, make it really easy to consume far more unhealthy fats than your body can effectively process, leading to various health complications. Studies have consistently linked frequent fast food consumption to higher cholesterol levels, very similar to the concerns we see with general fried foods. That widespread unhealthy fat content directly contributes to elevated LDL cholesterol, further increasing the risk of arterial plaque formation and heart disease. And beyond cholesterol, a typical fast food meal also adds to systemic inflammation, which is a key driver of many chronic diseases. This inflammatory response taxes various organs, including, yes, your kidneys. The overall nutritional profile of fast food also tends to promote obesity, which is a major risk factor for high blood pressure. and both obesity and hypertension are significant contributors to the development and progression of chronic kidney disease. When your body carries excess weight, your kidneys have to work harder to filter waste and blood, putting them under immense strain. High blood pressure also directly damages the tiny blood vessels within your kidneys, impairing their ability to filter effectively. For anyone who already has pre-existing kidney or heart conditions, the compounding effects of regular fast food consumption can be particularly devastating. That combination of high fat, sodium, and low nutritional value can really accelerate the progression of these conditions, making it much harder to manage symptoms and maintain overall health. Choosing healthier options is absolutely crucial, but what about the processed meats we often enjoy at home or in restaurants? Let's talk about those next. Number 3, processed meats, sausages, bacon, hot dogs. Let's turn our attention to processed meats, things like sausages, bacon, and hot dogs. These are staples in many diets, but they are notorious for being high in saturated fats and cholesterol. These fats become concentrated during the processing and curing stages, leading to a significant impact on your body's lipid profile. Consuming these meats regularly can notably raise your LDL cholesterol levels, creating an environment that's just ripe for cardiovascular issues and increased strain on your body. Extensive research reviews have consistently shown that frequent and high consumption of processed meats significantly increases the risk of heart disease. That high saturated fat content contributes to arterial plaque buildup, leading to something called atherosclerosis and reduced blood flow, which in turn burdens the heart and the entire circulatory system. This increased cardiovascular risk places additional stress on your kidneys, as healthy blood flow is absolutely essential for them to function properly. Beyond heart disease, processed meats have also been directly implicated in kidney decline. Large-scale studies highlight that these foods are associated with a higher risk of chronic kidney disease progression. The various additives, including sodium and phosphates, often used in processed meats, further compound the negative effects on kidney function. These additives can create an additional burden for your kidneys to filter, potentially accelerating damage in susceptible individuals. So, for those of you concerned about maintaining kidney and heart health, moderating or even eliminating processed meats is a really wise choice. Their contribution to elevated cholesterol and kidney burden truly makes them a significant dietary concern. But what about another common dietary component that can be high in saturated fats, found in many everyday items? Let's examine full-fat dairy products next. Number 4, full-fat dairy products, cheese, whole milk, cream. Now, let's talk about full-fat dairy products. This includes many types of cheese, whole milk, and cream, all well known for their rich flavor and creamy texture. However, a significant portion of their calorie content comes from saturated fats, which are a primary dietary contributor to elevated cholesterol levels. So, regular consumption of these products can lead to an increase in LDL cholesterol, posing a real risk to your cardiovascular health over time. Beyond their impact on cholesterol, the excess animal fat and cholesterol found in full-fat dairy can actually play a role in something called intracellular lipid accumulation within the kidneys. This essentially means that fat can build up inside your kidney cells, leading to what's known as renal stress. This accumulation can impair your kidney cells' ability to function optimally, potentially contributing to inflammation and damage within these vital organs. The strain on your kidneys can be further made worse by this fat load. When your kidneys are constantly processing high levels of fats and their byproducts, their delicate filtering units, known as nephrons, can become overwhelmed and damaged. This ongoing stress can contribute to a progressive loss of kidney function over time, especially for individuals who might already have some pre-existing kidney vulnerabilities. When you're thinking about the impact on your cholesterol and kidney health, comparing full-fat dairy with lower-fat alternatives really offers a clear path to healthier choices. Think about it. Skim milk, low-fat yogurt, and reduced-fat cheeses provide essential nutrients like calcium and vitamin D with significantly less saturated fat. This means they have a much more favorable impact on cholesterol levels and can reduce the lipid burden on your kidneys. Making these simple swaps can truly benefit your long-term health. All right, let's move on and consider some of those sweet indulgences that also pose a silent threat. Number 5, baked goods and desserts, pastries, cakes, ice cream. Here we are at a category that brings immense pleasure to many of us: commercial baked goods and desserts, things like pastries, cakes, and ice cream. While delightful, they frequently contain high levels of unhealthy fats and sugars. These treats are typically loaded with trans fats, saturated fats, and excessive amounts of added sugars, all of which contribute to a pretty concerning nutritional profile. The combination of these ingredients makes them particularly detrimental to your metabolic health. The high content of unhealthy fats and sugars in these foods directly contributes to raising your bad cholesterol levels. Trans fats are especially sneaky here, not only increasing LDL cholesterol, but also lowering your beneficial HDL cholesterol, creating a double whammy for heart health. On top of that, excess sugar intake can lead to increased triglyceride levels, which is another type of fat in your blood that contributes to cardiovascular risk. Beyond cholesterol, overconsumption of these highly palatable foods is a significant contributor to weight gain and obesity. And here's the link to your kidneys. Obesity places considerable strain on them, forcing them to work harder to filter a larger volume of blood and process waste products from a greater body mass. This increased workload can lead to direct kidney strain and actually accelerate the decline in kidney function over time. Numerous studies have drawn strong links between high sugar and unhealthy fat intake and the increased risk of chronic kidney disease, as well as various cardiovascular issues. The constant metabolic stress induced by these foods can lead to insulin resistance, inflammation, and oxidative stress, all of which are damaging to kidney cells and blood vessels. So, these sweet treats, while enjoyable in moderation, can really pose a serious threat when consumed regularly. Now, let's dive into a category of meat that, while nutritious in some respects, is surprisingly high in cholesterol and definitely requires careful consideration. Number 6, organ meats, liver, kidneys, other offal. Finally, let's talk about organ meats. This includes things like liver, kidneys, and other offal. They are often praised for their rich nutrient content, offering things like iron and various vitamins. However, they are also exceptionally high in cholesterol and can contain significant amounts of saturated fats. For instance, liver is one of the richest dietary sources of cholesterol, containing far more per serving than your typical muscle meats. And while the direct impact of dietary cholesterol on blood cholesterol is still debated, excessive intake can definitely still be problematic for individuals who are susceptible. So, excessive intake of organ meats can indeed lead to elevated blood cholesterol levels, especially if you're consuming them frequently or in large portions. That high cholesterol content can worsen your lipid profiles, particularly in individuals who are genetically predisposed to higher cholesterol or who already have existing cardiovascular concerns. This can contribute to the risk of arterial plaque development, similar to other high-fat foods. What's more, for individuals with compromised kidney function or those at risk of kidney damage, the very high cholesterol and purine content in organ meats can actually speed up kidney damage. Purines are metabolized into uric acid, and high levels can contribute to kidney stones or even make gout worse, both of which can indirectly stress your kidneys. So, while organ meats certainly offer some valuable nutrients, their high cholesterol and sometimes purine content really necessitate moderation, especially for those with existing health concerns. It's important to think about safer, lower cholesterol alternatives to manage your intake effectively, how excess fat and cholesterol damage kidneys. Now that we've covered the 6 foods, let's take a moment to understand exactly how this excess fat and cholesterol can damage your kidneys. The intricate relationship between them lies in several damaging mechanisms within your body. One primary way is through something called intracellular lipid accumulation, which is essentially where fat droplets start to build up inside the cells of your kidneys. This accumulation can disrupt normal cellular processes and lead to cellular dysfunction, effectively making your kidney cells as sick and less efficient at their vital filtering tasks. This lipid accumulation also triggers the production of what we call reactive oxygen species, or ROS. These are unstable molecules that cause oxidative stress, and oxidative stress can damage cell structures, including your DNA and proteins. It's also a major contributor to inflammation within the kidney tissue. This constant assault from ROS can impair mitochondrial function, leading to mitochondrial damage. Think of mitochondria as the powerhouses of your cells. When they're not working properly, your kidney cells can't produce enough energy to perform their crucial filtering and reabsorption functions. Ultimately, this whole cascade of intracellular lipid accumulation, oxidative stress, and mitochondrial damage culminates in widespread inflammation within your kidneys. This chronic inflammation is a key driver of kidney disease progression, eventually leading to scarring and hardening of kidney tissues over time. So, simply put, a high dietary fat intake really increases this kidney stress, accelerating the progressive loss of kidney function and potentially leading to chronic kidney disease. Role of healthy fats and recommended alternatives. Now, it's important to clarify that while some fats are definitely detrimental, it's crucial to understand that not all fats are created equal. In contrast to those harmful trans and saturated fats, protective omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids, or PUFAS, play a really vital role in promoting overall health, including the well-being of your kidneys and heart. These healthy fats are found abundantly in sources like fatty fish, such as salmon and mackerel, flaxseed, chia seeds, and certain plant oils like olive oil. They have amazing anti-inflammatory properties and can actually help improve your cholesterol profiles. Omega-3s in particular have been shown to reduce inflammation, which is incredibly beneficial for kidney health. They can also help lower triglyceride levels and support healthy blood pressure, both of which are crucial for good cardiovascular function. So, incorporating these healthy fats into your diet can actively protect your kidneys and heart, rather than harming them. When you're looking to replace unhealthy fatty foods, there are so many delicious and nutritious alternatives that can still provide essential protein and calories without the risks. For instance, instead of fried chicken, how about baked or grilled chicken breast? You could choose leaner cuts of red meat, or even opt for plant-based proteins like beans and lentils. Instead of full-fat dairy, consider low-fat or fat-free options. And for snacks, fresh fruits, vegetables, and nuts in moderation are far superior to processed baked goods. Now, for anyone with specific kidney conditions, consulting with a dietitian who specializes in renal health is always recommended to ensure you get the appropriate protein and calorie intake while managing any dietary restrictions. Tips for protecting kidney and heart health. Alright, so adopting a heart-healthy and kidney-friendly dietary pattern is truly one of the most effective ways to protect these vital organs. First, focus on lean proteins like fish, poultry, and plant-based options such as legumes. Next, prioritize low-fat dairy products over full-fat versions to really manage that saturated fat intake. And make sure to incorporate plenty of whole grains, which provide fiber and essential nutrients, aiding digestion and your overall metabolic health. Perhaps most importantly, try to fill your plate with a wide variety of colorful vegetables and fruits. These are packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that actively combat inflammation and oxidative stress, offering natural protection to both your kidneys and your heart. And of course, actively limit your consumption of processed and fried foods, as these are major contributors to unhealthy fat and sodium intake. Beyond diet, regular monitoring of your blood lipids, that's your cholesterol and triglycerides, and your kidney function is crucial for anyone at risk. Regular checkups allow your healthcare provider to catch potential issues early and implement interventions before significant damage occurs. Taking these proactive steps can truly make a profound difference in maintaining your long-term kidney and cardiovascular health. In conclusion, minimizing your consumption of these 6 fatty foods, that's fried foods, fast foods, processed meats, full-fat dairy, baked goods and desserts, and organ meats, can significantly lower your cholesterol and protect your kidneys from progressive damage. Adopting healthier eating habits and making strategic, informed food swaps are highly effective steps for long-term kidney and cardiovascular health. Ultimately, it's all about making mindful choices that truly nourish your body from the inside out. If you found this guide helpful and truly believe it can benefit others, please consider sharing it with your loved ones and friends. We'd also love for you to comment below with your own experiences, insights, or questions. Let's start a conversation and build a supportive community. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for more expert-backed health content to empower your journey toward better kidney and heart health.